How's it going, everyone? I'm back with another video. I'm very sorry it's been a year since I've uploaded my last video. Today I wanted to show you guys a little project I've been working on. We're doing a little project where we are going to remake the classic version of Pixel Gun 3D on Roblox. Anyways, without further ado, let me show you what we've added into the game so far. So the first weapon we've added is obviously the classic gun in the game, and this is the Pixel Gun. And it's not high damage, its fire rate is not great, but this is the starter weapon in the game. It has 10 ammo per reload. I'll just show you a demo of how the gun works. So as you can see, it does shoot not super fast, but it does a decent amount of damage for a starter weapon. The next gun I want to show you is another classic weapon in the game, and this is the classic shotgun. And it's one of the original weapons along with the Pixel Gun. So this thing only has 8 rounds, so it's less rounds than the Pixel Gun, but it shoots like 6 bullets at once. As you can see, it shoots 6 bullets at once. So it's much easier to hit your target, and it also does a pretty good amount of damage. Especially if you go up close, this thing is very effective. So I'll just show you an example of shooting this shotgun. As you can see, it does good amount of damage. And there's the reload animation. And this is the combat knife. So there's no ammo, it's a knife, it's a melee weapon. So you can like spam this, it can swing really fast, but its damage is not really good, but it can swing really fast. And it can be effective if your opponent is reloading. You can go up close and, you know, take damage up close like this. As you can see, it has really bad range because it is, you know, but it can get the job done. The next weapon is another melee weapon, and this weapon is the Knight Sword. This is another pretty classic weapon from Pixel Gun, and it swings much slower, but the upside is it does more damage compared to the combat knife. So as you can see, and I think it has a little bit of better range as well because it has a longer blade. So you don't have to be like super up close, but you do still have to be up close, of course, and it will eventually kill them. And this is the signal pistol, and this is from the heavy class. So this thing shoots explosive bullets, so it does a really good amount of area damage. Also does pretty good high damage as well. The thing is, you only have one shot until you reload, so you can't just shoot this simultaneously. You have to, you only get one shot per reload. But there are a lot of upsides to this gun, and of course the area damage, as you can see, it shoots a good area damage. Another good thing about explosive weapons like this is you can use them to boost yourself up, to go onto the top of the map, or you know, you can basically shoot the ground to boost yourself up. Now you do lose a little bit of damage, or a little, and that will also deal damage to people around you. So you can basically kill 2 or 3 people at the same time if they're all in the same area. So as you can see, this thing does a really good amount of damage on critical shots, but it also does area damage. So if you shoot the ground beside it, it still does damage towards them. The next gun is another classic gun from Pixel Gun, and this is a pistol weapon, and this is called the Fast Death. So this is like a very fast shooting pistol. As you can see, you get 28 bullets, and it has a really good fire rate. So if you are a user that likes high fire rate weapons, this might be for you. So as you can see, very good fire rate. And yeah, it does a decent amount of damage as well. This is probably one of the better weapons in the game right now. The next weapon is a classic sniper, and this is originally called the Hunter Sniper in the game, but it's also known as the Sniper Rifle. And this thing has really good damage. Only 5 rounds, but it has a scope as well. So if you are good at aiming, you also got a scope. So as you can see, if you go from a far distance, you can just scope in at the player and get an easy headshot. Of course, you can no scope as well. And then the reload animation for this sniper is, it removes the magazine and reloads it. The next weapon we have is another primary weapon, and this thing is also really good at fire rate. This is the Uzi, and it's got a good fire rate, even better fire rate than the Fast Death. And it also holds an extra 2 bullets for 30 rounds. And as you can see, this thing is really fast. Now, damage-wise, this thing does less damage than the Fast Death, but it has a much higher fire rate. So honestly, this thing is probably just as good, if not better. And the last and final weapon, we have the starter weapon from the special category. And this is the flamethrower gun. And of course the range is not great on this thing because, well, it's a flamethrower. As you can see, if I shoot from here, it's not going to do any damage. This thing also does area damage, so if there's like 2 or 3 people in the corner here, you can of course use your flamethrower and it should damage all of those people at the same time. Now this thing has a really good fire rate. This is probably the best fire rate weapon in the game right now, but the damage is extremely low. But you also get 40 rounds, so if I reload here, you get 40 rounds. That will go up pretty fast. I'll just show you an example on how much damage this thing does.